Hello friends, today's story is about a girl who goes to such extreme lengths to fulfill her dreams that she loses sight of right and wrong and gradually she becomes a psychopath. So let's see what happened to her that drove her to this point. Friends, the name of this amazing movie released in 2022 is Pearl. This is the story of the year 1918 when World War I was nearing its end. At this time, we see a girl named Pearl living in Mexico. She lives with her parents. Actually, this family is from Germany but has now settled there. Pearl's husband is a soldier fighting in the war. That's why Pearl stayed home with her family. Pearl's dad is paralyzed and can't walk at all. That's why the responsibility of running such a big farm and caring for many animals falls on Pearl. Pearl loves watching movies. That's why whenever she had time, she would go to the theater to watch a movie. She goes to the movies just to watch the dancing. She dreams of one day dancing in similar movies. But Pearl's mom is very strict and doesn't like any of this. Pearl's mom wants her to do nothing but housework and take care of her dad. But Pearl hates this and wants to escape. She just wants to be a dancer. She starts to feel like her family is standing between her and her dreams, and Pearl often takes out her anger on the innocent animals on her farm. In fact, she is even mean to her dad. She feels very lonely even though she is with her family. That's why she sometimes reads her husband's letters alone. Despite all this, she would secretly find time to watch a movie at the nearby theater. Similarly, one day she meets a projectionist. He just stares at Pearl in amazement because she really liked Pearl. The projectionist comes to her and says that he shows movies. In response, Pearl says she is interested in dance. She says she wants to see herself as a dancer. After listening to her, the projectionist offers her a free show. But that day, Pearl had to go home early. So, due to lack of time, Pearl refused to watch the movie. But the man goes back and tells her that she can become a dancer and he thinks she has what it takes. He also cuts out a photo of the dance from the negative he has and gives it to her. Taking that negative, Pearl doesn't forget to tell him she is married and her husband is still at war. Saying this, she went home. Pearl was very happy today because today, after a long time, someone has given her importance. Someone understood her words. That's why, on her way home, after thinking for a moment, she tossed her bike nearby and went straight to a nearby field. And she started dancing happily with a statue standing there. While dancing, she felt like she was dancing with that projectionist. She kissed it happily. In fact, Pearl's passion for dance was growing stronger every day. Now she wasn't interested in anything else but dance. Due to her mental stress, she did whatever she felt like doing after coming home. Then she saw her mother standing at the door. She asked her what was wrong and why she took so long to come home today. She didn't answer and went inside after putting away her bike. During dinner at night, Pearl's mother asked her why she had spent 8 cents of the money she was given for groceries. Pearl said she had bought some candy for herself. Her mother scolded her a lot of this because everyone's financial situation had gotten a bit worse during the war. She was being very careful with every penny, and that's why they were still getting food today. Her mom took her plate away from her. She told her that she had spent her share of the food money for the day. If she was still hungry, she could eat in the morning. The next day, we saw that her husband's sister, Misty, had come to Pearl's house. Looking at her clothes and the way she walked, it seemed like she was very rich. She was also a typical American girl with blue eyes. Misty told Pearl, I heard there is going to be a dancer audition at the nearby church, and the winners will tour around many cities with the group. Hearing this, Pearl also wanted to participate in the audition. After all, it was an old dream of hers to become a dancer. Misty also told her she would participate in the audition, but she wouldn't tell anyone. Pearl said she wanted to go to the audition too, Misty told her she could go with her, but they shouldn't tell anyone. Pearl got very excited after hearing this. If she could somehow win the audition, her long standing dream would come true. That's why today she happily takes care of all the animals on the farm. At night, Pearl goes back to the same theater, but she isn't there to watch a movie today. She is come to meet the projectionist. Pearl tells him she is going to audition for a dance show, but she has never danced with anyone before. Actually, Pearl is unsure if she can do her best at the audition. The projectionist encourages her. He tells her he is sure she will do great. After that, he shows Pearl an adult movie. Actually, all of this was completely illegal back then. The projectionist says he thinks people will soon accept these kinds of movies and pay to watch them. He also says to never give up on her dreams, no matter what. Pearl says she has a family and can't leave them. They need her, and there is no one else to take care of them. After that, she goes back home that same night. When she gets home, she keeps looking at her husband's photo. She misses her husband a lot today. She thinks about how great it would be if he were with her. She thinks a lot that night. She feels like her family is holding her back from her dreams. She wonders why they don't just die. She thinks if her sick dad died, she wouldn't have to worry about him. Thinking about all this, she falls asleep. The next morning, she takes her dad to the lake near their house. There is an alligator in the same lake. Just then, her mom arrives. Her mom tells her to take her dad home, but at the same time, she is also suspicious of Pearl. That night, while they were having dinner, her mom tells her she found a movie poster in Pearl's room. She knows Pearl goes to the movies secretly, but starting today, that stops. Pearl just has to stay home and take care of her dad. Pearl is really upset after hearing this. She tells her mom she wants to try out for the dance audition, and if she doesn't get picked, she will never talk about dance again. But her mom didn't agree with this either. In fact, she got even angrier. She told Dad they were respectable people. I don't want you to be a dancer at all, she said. And that's why I can't give you permission to do anything like this. Get such thoughts out of your mind as soon as possible. Pearl was very surprised to hear such strict words from her mother, and now she started arguing with her mom. Seeing her daughter fighting like this, her mom slapped her, and with this, both of them started fighting with each other. And during this scuffle, both of them went near the fire, and her mom's clothes caught fire. Pearl quickly poured water on them to extinguish the fire, but she didn't notice that she was pouring boiling water on them. This made her mom even more burned. After this, she dragged her mom to the basement and kept her there. And running away from there, she went to the projectionist's house. Pearl kissed him as soon as she saw him, and they spent the night together. Next morning, when Pearl was getting ready to go home, the projectionist said, "Wait, I will drop you off at your home in my car." When both of them were going towards Pearl's house, they saw a soldier on the way. Actually, the war is about to end now. All the soldiers are now slowly returning to their homes. After reaching home, Pearl asked the projectionist to come inside the house. As soon as he came to her house, Pearl told him that she lived there with her dad, but she didn't say anything about her mom. After this, Pearl took him to her room, where she once again tried to be intimate with the projectionist. But due to some sound, the projectionist came out. Then his eyes fell on the 3 plates laying on the dining table, and all the stuff there was seen laying here and there. After some time, when Pearl came there, he told Pearl that there was some sound coming from somewhere. Pearl told him that she had kept her dog tied in the basement. As soon as you leave it loose, it run away, she said. After this, she went to her farm, taking the projectionist with her. She introduced him to all her animals, also said their names. The projectionist asked her, "Okay, what is the name of your dog?" Then Pearl said, "Which dog? We don't have any dog." The very next moment, Pearl realized her mistake, and now she fell completely silent. Then the projectionist told her, okay, I will leave now. I have some work, and you have to practice dancing, right? As soon as he said this, he started to leave. Pearl thought he understood everything. In anger, she lost control. Afterward, she asked him, "What did you see? Tell me the truth." But the projectionist kept saying he hadn't seen anything, and with that, he started to leave. Standing behind him, Pearl thought if he got out, he'd tell everyone. That's why she killed the projectionist too. But even then, only the audition was on her mind. She went to her room and got ready in a red dress. At that time, her mom was groaning in pain in the basement. First, she killed her dad. After that, she went to the basement and ended her mom's pain forever. Then she pushed the projectile with its vehicle into the rack. There was the alligator in the lake, but the surprising thing was she did all this with a completely cool head. Looking at her, you wouldn't think she did just kill her parents. There was no sign of remorse. Afterward, she got ready and went to the audition normally. She saw Misty there too. Misty told her, "I heard they will only pick one girl from each city." When Pearl's turn came, she went to audition, but the judges didn't like Pearl's dance much. They wanted a girl with an American look, someone with blonde hair. That's why Pearl wasn't selected. Because of this, Pearl was completely heartbroken and sat outside crying. Then Misty came to her and told her to go home. After that, they both went to Pearl's house. While talking, Pearl realized what a big mistake she did made. She did committed 3 murders that day. Actually, Misty was there to offer sympathy. That's why she told Pearl, "If you want, you can tell me anything." Then Pearl told her, "I know I am married, but I slept with another man. I know it's wrong, but my husband wronged me too. He left me here and went to war." Misty was surprised to hear this. Pearl told her the whole story about killing the 3 people. Misty was really nervous after hearing this, but she didn't show it to Pearl. She realized Pearl was dangerous, so she tried to stay calm around Pearl. Surprising her again, Pearl said, "I know you got the part in the audition because they were looking for an American girl like you, so there is no need to hide it from me." Hearing this, Misty admitted, "Yes, I got the part. I have to go to New York next week for the shoot." Pearl was incredibly jealous. She couldn't stand the fact that someone else got the opportunity she wanted. As soon as Misty left, Pearl followed her outside. She grabbed an axe laying nearby. She also kills Misty right there with that axe. Then she cuts it into small pieces and feeds it to the same alligator that was in the lake near her house. Next, we see that at night, Pearl is sitting with her murdered parents to have dinner, and her parents are sitting lifeless in front of her. Pearl also knows very well that she has made a big mistake because her mom always told her that she should be happy with whatever she has. To pursue her dreams, Pearl became so obsessed that she lost all senses of right and wrong. She ended up killing 4 people. After everything she has done, she still believes she can have the perfect family. Now she is waiting for her husband to come home and start fresh. When the war ends, her husband finally returns home. But as soon as he steps inside, he is horrified to see the bodies of Pearl's parents sitting at the dining table. Their condition now severely deteriorated. After this, when his eyes falls on Pearl, he sees that she is looking at him and smiling strangely. Seeing this, he loses his senses. And this is the where the story of today's movie ends. So friends, how did you like this story? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I enjoyed this movie a lot. If you liked my explanation, please like and share the video. I will see you soon with another interesting story. Until then, bye bye, take care.